My first winner might come as a little bit of a surprise, just because the player that they gave up is so well regarded. But I think Memphis is a winner of the trade deadline. I think this feels like a sell high to me on Jaren Jackson Jr. Obviously, former defensive player of the year, can shoot it, can score it. Like, he has a skill set that's very highly regarded. I don't think that they would have never been in a situation where nobody wants Jaren Jackson Jr. But to get 3 firsts and Taylor Hendricks, who's probably nothing at this point, but although I don't know, I tuned into Memphis the other night and he was on the court. He's just like so big. He's just so big, and I'm like,
Hmm.
why can't this guy play some good minutes? I mean, Walter Clayton, who I think is good. Like, I think Walter Clayton's probably going to be an NBA player for a long time. Great pull up shooter, obviously, and just kind of has the necessary point guard skills, I think, to run an offense. And they traded Jared Jackson Jr., Vince Williams, Jock Landale, Conchar. Vince Williams good. I think Conchar, decent end of bench guy, one of the best rebounders for his size ever. Fun fact.
Hmm.
The main crux of this is the 3 first-round picks for Jaren Jackson. Now, I think Memphis is entering into an era where they are clearly they have to rebuild. This sort of John Morant, Jaren Jackson era is over. And, the team is being built around, funny enough, Zach Edey to me. I think it's Zach Edey. I think it's Cedric Howard. You look at the numbers. When Zach Edey is on the court, this team is dominant. Zach Edey is quick. Zach Edey tangent. I hated him in college. Zach Edey is unbelievable. He is so good, dude. I think
Hmm.
you college basketball diehards should have rode harder for him when he was coming into the draft and just been like, no, you don't get it, dude. He's Shaq. Like, he's a monster. He rebounds every miss. He finishes everything around the rim. He protects the rim. Nobody takes layups when he's in the game. Um, so he's hurt right now. They're pivoting to the Zach Edey Grizzlies, and they've got length. They're going to draft all the spreadsheet favorites. I think I heard somebody else say this, so I can't take all. I don't remember who I heard. Maybe it was Fin Draft. It was Fin Draft on Twitter. They're loading up on picks, dude. Cam Boozer is going to fall in the draft, and Memphis is going to trade up to 4 and pick him. And they're going to have Cam Boozer and Zach
There you
Edey in
go.
the front court, and they're going to win a championship with those two guys. That's my hot take heading into the offseason. But Jaren Jackson to me is just like a little bit of he probably. I think people are just so biased to the skill set that he has because everybody wants like the rim protector that can shoot threes. Everybody thinks that'll solve their problems when really the problem, like Jaren Jackson has his own problems. And it's kind of like, have you ever heard like the 90%, 10% theory of like athletes, where it's basically like every athlete is 90% of whatever makes an athlete great is great. And that's what really matters. Every athlete has 10% of like, that's their negatives or whatever. And you have to deal with that 10% no matter what. Just focus on the 90%. I actually disagree with that, at least with regards to basketball. Maybe in other sports it works, but with basketball, like Jaren Jackson is just that bad of a rebounder. He is that bad of a finisher. He is kind of that bad of a passer to where the value that he accumulates over, say, 100 possessions or over, say, 48 minutes as a scorer, as a defender, a good 80% of it is washed away because he is so outwardly bad at the things that are negatives for him. Um, so, I think over 82 games, what he does defensively is super valuable. I think his fit with Zach Edey would have been interesting because they mask each other's sort of issues so well. But I'm not quite sure that he is as valuable as the assets that they got for him. I mean, the 3 first-round picks, I think, like, those could be good. Like, it's kind of a little bit of a lottery ball, but those aren't like aren't bad picks, so to speak. They're 3 B- to B+ range picks. So, and Memphis is one of the best drafting teams in the league. I bet you that they'll get 2 good players out of those 3 picks, if I had to guess. So, to add that on top of Clayton, to get off of Jaren Jackson's contract, which is tough. He's getting paid a lot of money for a while. I think that's good work from Memphis. One of the best front offices in the league to me.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And I love that take about like trading up into the top 4 with some of these assets. Like we talked about it off camera before we got going with this trade deadline stuff, but we're so excited about this draft. And there's so many people that they can trade up for and can go get to add to this. If you go get one of those top 4 picks and get one of these stars in this class, look at all the people you have next to them. You got Ja Morant, you got Ty Jerome, you got Zach Edey, you got Cedric Howard, you got all these people that can kind of add and make your team better. All you need is great role players. Zach Edey, like you're saying, blocking all these shots, doing all that stuff. If Ja buys in and can make those plays, you got a scorer at the point guard that can do those things. GG Jackson, great forward that I absolutely love watching play basketball. There's so many guys here. Scottie Pippen Jr., I didn't even mention, who will defend
Cam
his butt
Spencer.
off every single play. Yeah, Cam Spencer. Like there's so many guys here that can fit into a team surface. And they love Isolo. Isolo likes to play all of these guys. That's how he's played. He played in Europe. That's how he likes to play. And he'll get all these guys in like hockey subs, moving people around. I absolutely love what the Grizzlies did. I completely agree with you. It's a really interesting team, and you could see some fits here, and they're loading up for the future. I like that. I like that take.